question says, which one of the following phases of cyber kill chain involve the adversary attempting to establish communication with a successfully exploited target? Okay, question number 2. Which one of the following best describe the reporting metrics that should be utilized when measuring the degree to which system, application, or user base is affected by an uptime availability outage? Question number 3. During the log analysis phase, as the following suspicious command is detected: PHP break replace some symbols, then system ping -C 10.0.0.1 is an IP address. Question number 4. Which one of the following best describes the documents that define the expectation to network customers that patching will only occur between 2 and 4 a.m.? Question number 5. A system administrator receives a report of an internet accessible Linux server that's running very sluggishly. The administrator examines the server, sees high amount of memory utilization, and suspects a DOS attack related to the half-open TCP session consuming memory. So, which one of the following could be best help to prove whether this server was experiencing this behavior? Welcome back, everybody. I am Aklidu, and I'm delighted to have you join us today for another engaging learning experience. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the 591 Lab. Today, we embark on a dedicated exploration into topics covered under CompTIA Cybersecurity Analyst certification exam. Please don't forget to hit subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you are always in a loop for our upcoming sessions. Before directly jumping into our discussion, let me take a moment to give you a quick overview of what 591 Lab is all about. 591 Lab, pronounced as 591 Lab, is the top IT training and certification exam brand in China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Singapore. Our mission at 591 Lab is to provide our client with exceptional exam preparation experience for certification in Cisco, CompTIA, Aruba, Juniper, Palo Alto, and Fortinet exam tracks. Before directly proceed to our discussion, let me discuss about CompTIA Cybersecurity Analyst. The CompTIA Cybersecurity Analyst, or CySA, this is an internationally recognized certification that validates a cybersecurity professional's ability to detect, analyze, and respond to cyber security threats. It focuses on practical skill, especially on knowledge that are required to perform continuous security monitoring and incident response activities. So, this CompTIA Cybersecurity Analyst CySA covers 5 main domains like threat detection and analysis, security monitoring and incident response, vulnerability management, security control and technologies, and at last there is security procedures and policies. In our today's agenda, we will discuss 3 major topics under cyber security analysis. Those are security procedures and policies, threat detection and analysis, vulnerability management. Our last topic is vulnerability management. Security procedure and policies are any procedures or policies that are complying with the international security procedure and policies, and also includes understanding relevant security frameworks and regulation. Secondly, threat detection and analysis. This is simply identifying and understanding various indicators of compromise or IOCs, and any attack behavior also includes attacker behavior. While vulnerability management is a general idea of identifying, giving priority, and remediating that vulnerability occurred in systems or any application. So in today's agenda, we will cover these three main topics under any required or related questions. So under security procedures and the policies, we have the following question, which is about cyber kill chain. The question says, which one of the following phases of cyber kill chain involve the adversary attempting to establish communication with a successfully exploited target? Assume that the question is, at which stage of cyber kill chain any adversary attempt to connect to the exploited target? A. Command and control. B. Action on objectives. C. Exploitation. D. Delivery. Initially, before directly proceeding to the options, we have to know what is cyber kill chain. So as we outlined on security procedure and the policy, the cyber kill chain is a model that describes various stages of cyber attack, from the initial reconnaissance to the final exfiltration of any data. So it's a valuable tool for understanding how attackers operate or develop this stage. So in cyber kill chain, the first stage is reconnaissance. This means reconnaissance means gathering informations. This stage, it gathers information. While second, weaponization, it's a stage in which an attacker develops an exploit that can be used to attack the target network. So this tool may be exploit a piece of malware or phishing email or zero-day attack. The third is delivery. Delivery is a stage in which an attacker delivers the weapon to the target network. This may be done through a variety of methods such as email, infected website, or physical media. The fourth is about exploitation. In this stage, the attacker takes advantage of vulnerability, targets network to gain access to the system. So this may involve exploiting some software bug or misconfiguration or weak password. At the fifth, there is an installation. In this stage, attacker install any malware or other tools on the target system that will allow to maintain access and control. The sixth is command and control, or C2. In this stage, the attacker establishes communication with compromised system and uses it to launch further attack to steal data. So this is related to our question. Finally, the seven, action on objective. This stage, the attacker carries out their anything they need, like stealing data, disrupting operation, or installing ransomware. That means it depends on the attacker's objective. So the cyber kill chain is a valuable tool for understanding how attacker operates and develops. By understanding the different stage of kill chain, any organization can identify their vulnerability and implement control to mitigate the risk of attack. So this is simple according to cyber kill chain. The correct answer could be the command and control. Command and control, because assume that, let's imagine a well-organized heist. This means heist means is an armed robbery Initially, there's a delivery. This criminal or attacker first need to deliver their tools, their malware, to the target victim. This could be done through any phishing email, infected website, or exploiting software. So the delivery stage is the third. Then exploitation. Once the tools are delivered, so the criminal find a way to break into the target system. This might involve tracking the user into clicking any malicious links, exploiting non-security flow, or using brute force to guess some weak passwords. Okay, our main aim is to this command and control. Now, the crucial part is establishing communication and control. This is like setting up a secret backdoor into the target. The attacker uses various techniques to achieve this, such as under command and control, we use these three methods. Hidden channel. They embed a code into the infected system that silently connect to their command server. You have to understand this. Using hidden channel. Then RC, using remote code execution or remote access tool. They install software that allows them to remotely control the system and execute command or steal data. Most commonly, they use shells. There is what we call shell that are used to command execution, like PHP shells, especially for those of websites that uses PHP programming. For WordPress, there is a PHP shell that are implemented. Thirdly, peer-to-peer communication. They create a network of infected devices that communicate with each other, making it harder the attacker origin. That is by using some computers that are found in the victim organization that used to hide the attacker's origin. So once the C2 or command and control connection established, the attacker have the foothold in the system, so they can gather information, steal sensitive data like password, financial record, intellectual property. They can deploy additional malware to affect any other servers and also even the backup servers to gain a complete win for their objectives. They can these are the objective. What are their objective action? On objective means they can gather information, they can deploy additional malware, they can disrupt operation. If their aim is to disrupt, they can disrupt. If they want maintain persistence for a long period of time, they hide their persistence and ensure continued access even if there is initial access or the initial infection is detected. So this command and control allows them to remotely manipulate the compromised system to achieve their goals and evade the detection for long as possible. For example, advanced persistent threats or APTs mostly used to maintain persistence. They hide their presence and ensure continued access even if the initial infection is detected. They maintain peer-to-peer connection. They can create network of infected devices to communicate. These are the main aims of APTs. Here are some additional points to consider. And command and control techniques can vary greatly depending on the attacker sophistication and the resource. So security solutions like firewall, intrusion detection system, and endpoint protection can help to detect and block this C2 communication. And also their incident response team needs to be prepared to identify and respond this C2 activity quickly and effectively. So they have to set an incident response team that works 24/7, 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. They should be actively engaging in proactive and reactive incident response activities. So in general, in cyber kill chain, we have 7 steps as we already mentioned. The first is reconnaissance, which is the period of information gathering. Secondly, weaponization, in which an attacker develops or selects a method that can be used to hack the target area network using phishing or malware. Third is delivery, the stage at which attacker deliver a weapon to the target network. Fourth is exploitation, the stage at which an attacker takes advantage of any vulnerable or any vulnerabilities found in the target network to gain access to the system. At fifth, there is an installation. At this stage, attacker install any malware or other tools to the target that will allow them to maintain access. 6, they use C2 or command and control, which is the main objective of our question, in which the attacker establishes communication with compromised system and uses it to launch any further attack to steal data. In the final, action on objective. In this stage, the attacker carries out their objectives like stealing data, disrupting operation, installing malware, and also maintaining persistence. So for our discussion, the correct answer is command and control. So as we see, why action on objective cannot be the answer, because as we already see, so command and control is the correct answer, while action on objective is not the correct answer, exploitation is not the correct answer, deliver is not correct answer, since action on objective is the final stage involved achieving the attacker ultimate goal, such as stealing data, disrupting operation, maintaining persistence. So this cannot be the answer. Exploitation, this phase involves using delivered payload to gain unauthorized access to the system. So in this stage, again, the communication is not established. Delivery, this phase focus on delivering any malicious payload using phishing or any other method. So at this stage, there is no communication again. So the correct answer is command and control. Okay, question number 2. Which one of the following best describe the reporting metrics that should be utilized when measuring the degree to which system, application, or user base is affected by an uptime availability outage? A. Timeline. B. Evidence. C. Impact. D. Scope. Before directly diving into this question, we have to know that there are different criteria to measure any incidents happen in any business, organization, or system or application, since there are different kinds of criteria like impact criteria, scope criteria. There are various kinds of criteria found. So we have to see what threat escalation protocol or policy mentioned. So threat escalation protocol or TIP, this is a general protocol. What's threat escalation protocol? Threat escalation protocol outlines the type of stakeholder needed during cybersecurity incident response process. Informing and consulting this stakeholder during cybersecurity incident response is crucial when defending organizational against incidents. So you have to divide into 3 tiers: high, medium, and low. But we have criteria to do this. So in cyber security incident assessment, any organization have their own cybersecurity incident response plan. As a sample, I take this the best cybersecurity incident response plan. So, cybersecurity incident plan should be based on their impact to the organization and the scope of information technology system within the organization. So, the combination of these two factors will provide insight necessary to develop an effective TEP or threat escalation protocol. So, there are different criteria like impact criteria. This impact criteria evaluates the impact on business function, information, and the recovery effort. Overall impact should be assessed based on the highest impact level of 3 incident types below. There is functional impact, informational impact, and the recoverability impact. Functional impact, this impact as it relates to the availability and delivery of service and the business function. So, if any critical system affected or not affected, does it handle functionality or user? While informational impact, this impact is related with confidentiality, integrity, and availability of organizational data. Any sensitive data is affected or not affected. So what does this mean to the organization? That's informational impact. Recoverability impact is the time and resource that are required to recover from the incident. So what needs to be done to be recovered or to recovery? So we have 3 stages: high impact, medium impact, and low, maybe non-impact. So based on this criteria, there is high impact. At least one of the following is true, like if organization no longer able to provide critical services, regulated or highly sensitive data has been compromised, full recovery from incident is not possible, financial loss is greater than, it depends on the company, mostly if it's greater than 50k or greater. Medium, the organization no longer able to provide some secondary service to any user, not primary like this. Critical, the organization no longer able to provide some critical service to subset of user, but workaround is available. Sensitive or confidential data has been exposed, but no regulatory action are required. Sensitive or confidential data has been exposed, but no regulatory action are required. Financial losses between these two. Low impact means minimum, the organization experiencing minimal effect. Public data has been affected, but not on the regulator, not on the server, or no regulatory action or penalty are required. Recovery is possible and predictable. Financial loss less than. So that means there is no impact at all. So the impact criteria should consider these 3 main topics: functional impact, informational impact, and recoverability impact. So the correct answer is the impact criteria. The impact criteria. So the correct answer is the impact criteria. The correct answer is the impact criteria. Why the correct answer is impact criteria? We have seen already the timeline simply indicates a track of duration of the outage, but it doesn't tell you how severely the system or the application or the user are affected. So this not could be related with system, application, or user, while the evidence might be relevant for understanding of the root cause of the outage, but it doesn't directly quantify its impact, so this could not be the answer. While the scope indicates the extent of the system or user effect, but it doesn't necessarily capture the severity of the impact. So the impact should be the answer, since it goes beyond just duration or scope. It considers the magnitude and consequence of the outage. Impact criteria has its own consequence of outage, like business disruption, data loss, corruption, reputational damage. They have their own discussion. So the impacts have a business disruption. That means loss of productivity, revenue, or customer satisfaction. There is data loss or corruption, potentially damage or breach sensitive information. Reputational damage, loss of trust or negative public perception. So by measuring the impact, you can assess the true cost of the outage. You can give priority for any remediational efforts. You can communicate effectively with the stakeholders that are found in your incident response team or IRTs. You can improve future outage prevention and response strategy. Let us see this in a real life scenario. Imagine a popular online food delivery platform experiences any simple outage. So duration of the outage is 2 hours. So our scope is website and the mobile app available, not working. So while this detail provides basic context, they don't have the whole story. To truly understand the impact, we need to consider financial impact. So loss of orders. Assume that it's an offsite. It's an online food ordering website that contains a number of orders that are not closed due to the outage, and multiply by the average order value. So you have to imagine that this popular online food delivery has a platform that enables to place orders. So loss of orders, there should be loss of orders since the outages happen. So to know this lost order, you can multiply by average order value. Delivery delay, calculate potential revenue loss. Since there is delivery delay, you can calculate the potential revenue loss. And also refund processing, factor in cost associated with processing customer refunds or undelivered order. These are financial impacts, or operational impact. Customer support overload, since measured in support calls or message related to the outage association over time cost. A restaurant downtime, assess the impact, since the popular online food delivery platform already down or the outage happened for 2 hours. There is no customer calls to receive and a message related to the orders and overtime costs. There is a restaurant downtime. There is a delivery driver idle time, considering loss of earning for driver unable to pick up orders due to the outage. Thirdly, there is reputational impact. Social media sentiment. Assume that volume and tone of negative comments and compliments on social media platforms like Facebook, TikTok, on any other social media sentiments due to this outage. There could be news coverage evaluating any negative media attention generated by the outage, potential damage on our brands or brand image of our company or this food ordering platform. This customer churn rates decrease our customer satisfaction rate, since monitor any increased customer cancellation, negative feedback after the outage. So in general, we have seen a reputational impact, operational impact, and financial impact. So by quantifying this aspect, you can paint a clearer picture of an outage impact. In this scenario, even a short outage could lead to thousands of lost order on signal. By quantifying these aspects, you can paint a clearer picture of the outage impact. In this scenario, even a relatively short outage can lead to thousands of lost order and significant revenue loss, overwhelmed customer support and potential brand image damage, frustration of restaurants, partners, and delivery driver. So, this deeper understanding allows to perform precise recovery efforts, communicate effectively, prevent future incidents, offer compensation. So, for our discussion, the degree to which system, application, or user base affected by uptime, availability, outage could be directly related with the impact. So everyone should remember that impact measurement goes beyond technical detail. By considering real world consequences, business can make an informed decision. And also they can minimize damage and build resilience against any future outages. Okay, question number 3. During the log analysis phase, the following suspicious command is detected. PHP break replace some symbols, then system ping -C 10.0.0.1 is an IP address. So which one of the following is being attempted? A. Buffer overflow, B. RCE or remote code execution, C. ICMP channeling or internet control message protocol tunneling, D. Smurf attack. So which one of the following is being attempted during this session? So before directly answering this question, so what does this suspicious command deals with, or what this suspicious command represents? The break replace is a PHP function for string replacement using regular expression, while PHP is indicate PHP code within the web application, while this matches any string containing comma, while this modifier executes the replacement string as code. System ping -C, this an IP address is code to be executed, sending ping to this IP address. The empty string is the subject string for replacement, and also it's relevant here. We have seen that the correct answer is remote code execution. So why it's remote code execution? The attacker is attempting to exploit a potential vulnerability in the break replacement functions, as we seen in the E modifier. If successful, they can inject any arbitrary code using this system ping C to be executed on the server. The ability to execute a remote code without authorization is the hallmark of RCE attacks. So why not buffer overflow? Since buffer overflow involves overflowing of a buffer memory to overwrite code execution. So this is not directly related with this RCE, while ICMP channeling or internet control message protocol, this encapsulates the data with an ICMP packet. So identity in this suspicious command. While a smurf attack is a type of DDoS attack or distributed denial of service using smurfed or using spoofed ICMP packets. So in our case, this is not the attacker code. So the correct answer is remote code execution. So in general, remote code execution is critical vulnerability allowing attacker to gain any remote control over a system. So there should be a careful input validation and sanitization since it's crucial part of any secure coding practice to mitigate cross-site scripting and also SQL injection attacks. And also everyone should stay updated with security patches for any programming web application programming like PHP or any web application components. So regularly we have to review our logs for any suspicious activity to detect and respond early. And also we can deploy IDS, intrusion detection system, or IPS, intrusion prevention system. And also we can implement endpoint detection and response EDR. Question number 4. Which one of the following best describes the document that define the expectation to network customers that patching will only occur between 2 and 4 a.m.? A. SLA, or this is service level agreement. B. LOI, that are letter of intent. C. MOU, memorandum of understanding. D. KPI, or key performance indicator. So before answering this question, so what is SLA, or server service level agreement, and what's LOI, MOU, and the KPI? We have to see their definition of these terms. These are common terms used. So service level agreement is an SLA is a formal agreement between a service provider and customer that outline the specific service offered, performance expectations, and responsibility of both parties. This may include details like uptime, performance metrics, maintenance window, and patching schedule. Letter of intent is, or an LOI, is non-binding document expressing preliminary interest in agreement but doesn't outline specific terms and conditions, so it wouldn't define such a specific patching detail like timing. While MOU, memorandum of understanding, is similar to the letter of intent but may be used for broader collaboration without detailed service specification, so it wouldn't specifically describe patching detail again like letter of intent. While KPI, or key performance indicator, are metrics used to measure the success of service process not defined within document setting expectation. So in our discussion, the correct answer could be the service level agreement is the correct answer, since service level agreement most accurately reflect the document outlining expectation for network patching schedule and align with a specific detail like timing. That means since in our question is described as between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. so everyone should remember that the specific terminology that are used maybe vary depending on the organization or industry, but the understanding of characteristics of each document helps you everyone to identify the most suitable option. So why an SLA makes sense? Why? Because there is mutual understanding, since it clearly establishes agreed upon terms for service delivery, including maintenance, window-like patching schedule, customer flexibility, since it allows customer to plan their operation accordingly, since it minimizes disruption, provider optimization, which allows service provider to efficiently perform maintenance, while performance guarantees, since it guarantees in the penalty for non-compliance. This service provider adhere to the patching schedule and minimize the downtime, since they can compensate their customers according to their compliance. So beyond basic patching, there is scope and content. While this scenario describes patching schedule, SLA can cover various aspects of service delivery, including response time, security control, and data backup procedure. There is service specific. Different types of service, network, cloud, security may have their own SLA template tailored to their specific requirements and any maintenance activities. So there is negotiation and customization. Customer can often negotiate specific SLA terms, including patching window to align. So there is additional consideration like change management, audit, and reporting. So that makes sense. SLA or service level agreement to make sense. So it generally describes any expectation to the network customer that patching that will occur at a specific duration. So this should be the correct answer. This could not be the correct answer. Question number 5. A system administrator receives a report of an internet accessible Linux server that's running very sluggishly. The administrator examines the server, sees high amount of memory utilization, and suspects a DOS attack related to the half-open TCP session consuming memory. So, which one of the following would be best help to prove whether this server was experiencing this behavior? So, this question is related with pickup analysis or network traffic analysis. A says nmap, B TCP dump, C SIEM, D ADR. ADR means endpoint detection and response. SIEM means security information and event management. TCP dump, transmission control protocol. Dump is a tool, and nmap, as we have seen in the CompTIA Security Plus, nmap is used to scan the availability of services that are related to a specific IP addresses. So, based on their functionality that are related to this question is TCP dump, since TCP dump is command line tool that are used for analyzing packets, which allow for capturing and analyzing any network traffic. So the correct answer is TCP dump. So the correct answer is TCP dump. Like in Windows Wireshark, we use TCP dump for any other Linux server network. So TCP dump is the correct answer, since the administrator can use TCP dump to capture packet on a Linux server network interface. By examining the captured packet, the administrator can look for a sign of half-open TCP session attacks, such as large number of incomplete or failed TCP connection. Patterns like SIM flood attack, which involve sending large number of TCP SYN packet without completing A three-way handshake can be identified through packet analysis, so through using TCP or transmission control protocol. To be a connection is established, there is a protocol or a process known as three-way handshake, which a client sends a SYN to the server replaces with SYN and acknowledgement, then the client should be acknowledged. So when this happens, it's called full open connection, while this not happen, commonly known as half open connection, which leads to the SYN flood attack, which is related with DDoS or DOS attack. So we can identify this using TCP dump on Linux server, and we can use Wireshark on Windows server. While Nmap is a network scanning tool used for discovering hosts and service on computer network, discovering open port and find vulnerability. So Nmap is an excellent tool. Exactly, Nmap is an excellent tool, but it might not provide detailed information about ongoing network connection, or doesn't help to analyze specific behavior existing on the connection. That could be an indicator of DDoS attack, so this could not show us. While C, security information and event management, simply collects and analyzes security events from various sources. It may be from network, providing a comprehensive view of security status. So these SIEM are more focused on correlating and analyzing security event from logs, and may not be as effective in real-time packet analysis to identify specific network behavior like half open TCP connection. So EDR, what about EDR, or endpoint detection and response? This EDR tool, it's a tool that focuses on monitoring and responding to security threats on individual endpoints. It may be on a computer or servers. So similar to the SIEM or to the security information and event management, EDR tools are more endpoint focused, so they may not provide the necessary capability for real-time packet analysis. So in summary, TCP dump is the most suitable tool for capturing and analyzing network packet in real time, while for Windows, Wireshark is a suitable tool for capturing and analyzing network, so making it deal for investigating and confirming any suspicious of DOS attack involving any half-open TCP session consuming memory. So the correct answer is TCP dump. Okay, question number 6 is deals with vulnerability management. Actually, vulnerability management is identifying and giving priority and remediating vulnerability system in any application. The question says, an employee accessed a website that caused a device to become infected with invasive malware. The incident response analyst has first of all, he created the initial evidence log, then he disabled the wireless adapter on a device, then interviewed the employee who has enabled to identify the website that was accessed, then reviewed the web proxy traffic logs. So which one of the following should the analyst do to remediate the infected device? A. Update the system firmware and re-image the hardware. B. Install an additional malware scanner that will send email alert to the analyst. C. configure the system to use proxy server for internet access. D. Delete the user profile and restore data from the backup. So this is a question related with the incident response. So how we can remediate the incident happen. So it's generally under vulnerability management concept. So we have assumed that we have an incident response team. So initially they created an evidence log, since the analyst created a detailed log document. That's the incident, including timestamp, affected system, or any observed symptoms. Initially they get the evidence. Secondly, they disable the wireless adapter on the device. Disabling the wireless adapter prevents the malware from communicating with any external attacker or spreading to the other devices on the network. While interviewing the employee who has unable to identify the website was accessed. This means it helps to understand recent browsing activity and to identify the attack vector. It enables to identify the attack vector. While reviewing web proxy traffic log, this might reveal malicious website if it wasn't blocked, aiding in threat identification. So these are our scenario. So based on our scenario, so to remediate the infected system, what should the incident response team should do? The correct answer should be A. Update the system firmware and re-image the hardware. Why? We have to know that updating the system firmware and re-imaging the hardware is complete and secure approach to remove any invasive malware, because it ensures all infected files and traces are eliminated, including any potential persistence mechanism embedded in any operating system or firmware. So this should be the answer. While B could not be the answer, because installing additional malware scanner might offer temporary relief but doesn't guarantee complete removal of evasive malware. So it could not be the answer. Configuring a proxy server might help restrict future access to malicious website, but it doesn't remove the existing malware infection from our device or server. For the D, delete the user profile could not be the answer. Deleting the user profile and restoring the data information from backup might remove some infected file associated with the user profile, but doesn't guarantee elimination of malware from the entire system, since it also carries the risk of restoring the infected data from the backup. So let me see this using some real world scenario. The IT security team, upon identifying suspicious activity on Sarah's device, quickly takes action. Initial log, evidence log. The analyst creates a detailed log documenting the incident, including timestamp, affected system, or any observed symptoms on Sarah device. Disabling the wireless adapter prevents malware from communicating with external attacker and spreading to the other device. Employee interview questioning: Sarah doesn't provide the website link, but it helps understand her recent browsing activity and identifying any potential attack vector. Thirdly, web proxy logs. Reviewing proxy log might reveal malicious website if it wasn't blocked, that aiding threat identification. Then remediation based on our scenario, updating the firmware and reimaging hardware is the most appropriate course of action. We say that the correct answer is A. Why? Since evasive malware often employ advanced technique to hide and persist within the system, so reimaging wipes the entire hard drive. That ensures complete removal of the malware and its traces, including those embedded in firmware. So, updating the firmware addresses potential vulnerability the malware might exploit for persistence or privilege escalation. So, what are our considerations? This approach erases all data on the device. So, if any critical data is there, it should be recovered, and especially the data recovery service can attempt extraction in a controlled environment. Depending on the organization policy and the resource, alternative approach like advanced anti-malware tools or forensic analysis may be considered in a specific situation in order to get the source of the target. So there are also additional measures. The IT team should investigate the root cause of infection to prevent similar incident. Consider incident response training for employee, since it happens due to fault of using malicious links or websites. It should be an employee should be trained. So the correct answer for our question is updating the firmware and also reimaging the hardware. So generally we have to remember that the specific response will be vary based on individual case and organizational context. Consulting any cybersecurity expert is crucial for making any informed decision, ensuring for effective incident response. Generally, this is all about today. Thank you for your participation in today's class at 591 Lab. We trust that you found the material both informative and beneficial. Mastery of any new skill requires consistent practice, so we encourage you to revisit the course content and continue practicing with the assistance of 591 Lab support. Should you have any questions or concern, please feel free to reach out to us. Active involvement is greatly appreciated, and we eagerly anticipate your presence in our upcoming class. Wishing you a wonderful day ahead.